Yo, what's up YouTube? My name is Shisha Zed, and I'm back in here with another video for you. Listen, it's good to be back. Peace, positivity, self-awareness, and motivation, man. You know the vibes. Listen, guys, today I've got a really interesting story that I feel like is going to help out a lot of people, especially guys that are new to the RP. Real quick, guys, just want to take a moment to remind you, hit that like button, man, and show this channel some love. So this message was sent to my Instagram via DM, and it was a subscriber who wanted some advice about a current relationship that he's involved in. As always, man, you're always welcome to say what's up on Instagram, Shisha shoot me content, say hello, whatever. I respond as much as I can. So the message started out like this. Chisha, thank you for all the content that you put out. I came across your channel earlier this year and have become awakened to the RP knowledge. So this guy's new, fairly new to the RP. With that being said, things at home have been rocky. I believe my on and off relationship of the past 8 years is finally coming to an end, and I'm not even worried about it. So many stories I could share, but I'll skip to my current situation. My girlfriend asked me if we could go on a 7-day cruise before the year ended. I told her to look them up and see what's available. She found one that she liked and gave me the date and the total of $2,200. I said, no problem, book it. She insisted on putting her CC points. This was on a Monday. On Tuesday afternoon, she sent me a text asking me to pick her up some Starbucks on my way from home. I said, no problem. She then sent me a screenshot of her Starbucks app to scan and said, you can get one too. I finished my workout as I was at the gym and picked up her drink. I decided not to get one as I just had a good workout. I feel you, man. When you just had a good workout, like, man, you don't want to have like some Frappuccino with all those calories, man. Those Starbucks calories are crazy. The message goes on to say, as I handed her her drink, she asked me what I got and I responded with, I didn't want one. The next morning, Wednesday, as I was driving to work, I decided to get myself a coffee using her barcode from the day before. I got my $5.98 coffee and proceeded to drive to work. I then got a call from my girlfriend. I answered the phone to hear, why the are you stealing from me? Wow, that's crazy. I asked her what she was talking about, and she told me the app lets her know when her account is being used, and I had just used it. I explained my reasoning that I was just getting the coffee that she offered me the day before exactly. She informed me that that offer was no longer valid and I was stealing from her. Come on. This is crazy. This is a crazy chick. I'll admit, I started laughing, which only made her more angry. Of course, this is hilarious. She began to call me every name you can think of. Okay, she starts cursing you out. Red flags going all over, man. Immediately, the first time I read this, I was like, this is crazy. She then started sending me messages calling me a thief and a piece of and many other things. All right, so the message goes on to say, she started calling me again and I turned my ringer off because I was at work, and second, I didn't want to speak to her, understandably so. She then sent a message saying, I know you see me calling you, you sorry mother. Yo, man, this chick is out of her mind. I responded with, congratulations, you just became single. I didn't receive a response, nor did I hear from her for the rest of the day. I got home that evening from the work and gym, and she acted like she didn't see me. Thursday came and went. No words spoken. Friday, 10/29. Friday came, and guess who's in a good mood? I walked in from work to her cooking and singing. I laughed out loud and she asked what was so funny. I looked at her and said, I forgot it was payday. She rolled her eyes and went back to cooking. She brought my plate and sat next to me. As I began to eat, she asked, are you giving me the money for the cruise today? Oh, you've got to be kidding me, bro. The audacity of this chick to still be expecting to go to a cruise blew my mind. Let's keep reading. He goes on to say, without missing a chew, I said, nah, I'm good. She began to ask, why not? And I quoted Fresh and Fit. Shout out to Fresh and Fit. I'm not going to reward bad behavior. You're not going to disrespect me and speak to me all crazy and expect me to take you on a cruise. She then started calling me a liar. So I hit her with the, how many times have you promised me to bust those cheeks? And at some point during the day, you get mad for whatever reason, and come that night, you don't put out. And you tell me you shouldn't have made me mad. Oh, come on, man. This is a miserable situation, man. This is bad. She ended the conversation with, if you back out of this trip, we are done. So he closed out the message with saying, things have been quiet this week and the cruise starts this coming Sunday. Am I wrong? Am I going too far? Please give me your honest opinion. Feel free to share my story if you wish. If you want more, let me know. I have plenty. I'm sure you do, man. So check it out. The first point I have to make has to do with you guys who are new to the RP. You just found out about it maybe about a year ago, right? You're fairly new to it. You understand the concepts and the understanding about female nature, the importance of improving yourself as a man, the importance of your woman viewing you as alpha. In this specific situation, one thing is very obvious. That woman does not respect him at all. At all. And she's been disrespecting him, right? Because you don't stumble onto channels like myself and watch RP content because your relationship is going great. Let's just be honest. In most cases, you're going through some. And this brother here is going through some. Right? So he needed to find the RP. He needed to understand the importance of valuing himself, having some self-respect, because from what I can tell, just from what he's told me so far, she's been disrespecting him for the majority of the relationship. Which leads me to my first point. For you guys who are in relationships right now where you've been disrespected before being RP aware, your woman has been disrespecting you, whether you're married or whether you're just dating her, right? She's been disrespecting you. She's manipulating you using the cheeks, right? She's using the cheeks to manipulate you, to control you. When you make her mad, she doesn't want to put out. That's ridiculous. If most of your relationship or a good portion of it has been filled with blatant disrespect, like he's experiencing right there, then I've got some very, very sobering news for you, man. Your woman will most likely never respect you. She never will. In a situation like this, the only way out is to get out. The only way for her to let up is to let her go. There's no other way, man. There is no other way when a woman is blatantly disrespecting you. Because listen, guys, here you are for 8 years. And no offense to you, bro, but I'm just going to use your story as an example here. For 8 years, she's manipulated you and treated you like a simp. When she sees you, she sees a simp. She doesn't see the new man that you are becoming, right? She doesn't see the new you embracing your alpha mentality. She doesn't see that. She sees the simp that she's dealt with for the past 8 years. And it's going to take longer than 8 years or something more extreme for her to see you any different. Are you going to go through that? Are you truly willing to go through that? I'm telling you right now, if you're in this situation, and I'll tell you the same thing I told him. Walk away. Let her go. You got to leave. She hasn't respected you for 8 years. For 8 years, she's seen you at your weakest point. She's not going to forget those times where she was able to manipulate you using the cheeks. She's not going to forget those times where she was able to use her emotions and cry and manipulate you and use you and control you. She won't forget how low you stooped, right? That stuff that you look back to and you cringe, like, oh my gosh, why did I allow her to talk to me like this? I can't believe I did this, I did that. If you're still with that woman, she's not going to see you any different. I'm sorry, she never will. It's the bitter truth. That's my first point, man. Leave. And that's what I told him. And I know he didn't want to hear that. But a woman who's seen you weak, it's almost nearly impossible. Does it happen? Sure, it happens. But in most cases, you have to walk away. You got to show her that you can walk away from her and let her go. Otherwise, she's not going to buy this new man who's standing up for himself. Listen, I get it. Fresh and Fit is awesome. They teach men to value themselves and not to reward bad behavior. But if you've been rewarding bad behavior for 8 years or the majority of your relationship, your woman's not going to see you any different, bro. She's just not. The only way she'll get close to realizing that you've changed is if you walk away. My second point. Now, guys, I remember making these mistakes when I first got introduced to the RP, right? When I was first new. The second mistake that I remember making, because I did this stuff too. Maybe not to this extent, but this that I'm about to talk about, I definitely did. Thinking you could go back to women who rejected you in the past because you were a simp, because you were a beta, and now you're going to use RP game, right? You're going to put that alpha on her. You're going to use that alpha energy and that masculine frame, and you're going to raise her attraction so that you can finally bust those cheeks. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Sad reality. The women in the past who remember you as beta, most of those women will always remember you as a simp. They can't forget it. It would take a miracle for them to see you any different. It would take an incredible leveling up, right? And for most guys aren't willing to do that, right? That's the guy who goes from being fat to all of a sudden he's in the gym, he's got his body's looking good, he's tight, he's making more money. A serious leveling up. Those are the guys that usually get the type of women who used to see him as a simp, as a beta, and be like, wow, like, he's really changed, man. Have you seen him? He's really on his stuff. And yeah, they'll talk about you if you're willing to do the work. They'll see the transformation. They can't deny it. But you got to walk away and you got to level up like crazy. And even if you do level up insanely so, I'm talking about that's a small percentage of women who will look back at you and say, you know what, you've really changed, right? You're attractive now, you have money, you focused on you. But the large majority of women, especially those you dated and you were crying and begging and pleading and simping for, they won't see you any different. The women in your past, I know it hurts. I know, right? Because we all have chicks, man. We look back from college or even from high school where we think like, man, and you now that you know game, you're thinking, if I did this instead of that, right? If I maybe wasn't so thirsty and I just chilled a little bit and took it easy, maybe she would have let me bust those cheeks. I know she would have. But unless you have a time machine, you will have to deal with the consequences of you and your past decisions. It's part of the game. Looking back to your simp days when you're alone and they torture you. I know they torture you because they torture me. You know, I'd be chilling there in my bathroom, taking a dump and thinking about all the simp days. I know you do. You're just like, God, why'd I do that? Why'd I do that? Idiot. What an idiot. I know you guys do that stuff, man. I can't be the only one out here that's doing that. So if you're in a situation right now, like the guy's story that I just read, you need to leave. The only thing you can do is walk away. Listen, she's disrespected you for far too long. The bottom line here is you can't go back. You can only go forward with women. You can't go back. Stop trying to go back. Look back to those experiences and use that as motivation for a woman to not catch you slipping in the future, to not catch you being taken advantage of, to not catch you in a vulnerable, weak place. If you're in a situation like I just read, you need to leave. You need to go get some therapy. You need to go work out. You need to go figure out your life. Right? But stay away from that. She's not going to change. Bitter truth, brutal truth. Focus on you. Focus on you. You're on the right path, but you sometimes you just gotta let go. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, as always, man, do me a favor, hit that like button. I appreciate you all for supporting the channel. My name is Shisha Zed. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.
I'm a walking Liberty Bell, free to ring through my stride. freely to be inside and be a slave to my pride and ride away to this screen. Man, this love's so serene. I should probably shake it up just a little bit.